My name is Tabi Somolopo.
My name is Louis.
I'm Garth Gillam.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Boynton-Lee.
Hi, my name is Ian.
I'm Alindy.
My name is Leroy Wright.
My name's Kirsten Hugo.
Hey, what's up? I'm DJ Fix.
My name is Stephen Harris.
My name is Candice Abrams.
Hi, I'm Chabani Minga.
Hi, I'm Stacey Kerr.
My name is Tony Mitchell.
Yes, I have driven under the influence of alcohol before.
I have never driven under the influence of alcohol.
I'm ashamed to say that I have driven under the influence of alcohol.
I have driven under the influence of alcohol.
Yes, I was driving under the influence.
Have I ever driven under the influence? Yes, I have when I was a lot younger.
Sadly, I have driven under the influence of alcohol when I was young and I thought I was invincible.
Like most South Africans, I think everyone has at one or other stage.
Being an events organizer and a DJ in the entertainment industry, it's not a difficult thing to get right.
I'm not proud of it.
I became a victim of drunk driving when I was hit by a car in 1996 when I was at home.
When I was involved in a head-on collision, my friend pulled off the road avoiding a drunken driver coming towards us.
Growing up in Durban as a young girl, I've been in many circumstances where you're young, you want to have a good time, and going out with your girls to the club, you jump into a car and you really don't realize what's happening.
I was 18, we went to a party, Friday the 13th actually.
I was caught, not even at a roadblock, just police that pulled me off for negligent driving.
I lost a brother, and it's still difficult to speak about it like 2 years later, but.
I was 0.02 something's over the limit, so I was arrested and processed.
So I sadly became a victim indirectly by losing my father, who was killed 18 years ago in a car accident due to drunk driving.
The breathalyzer marked that I was over, and although I wasn't intoxicated, I was still arrested.
A good friend of mine, they were literally stationary, parked. She was about to put a seatbelt on, and she was 8 weeks pregnant.
But all the evidence is there to support the fact that the driver was drunk. He killed 2 people on impact.
When I was 4 years old, a drunk driver went in the side of our car. I was usually in my car seat, but we took my grandmother's car.
A friend of mine who was in a head first collision with a drunk driver, and it really was a huge traumatic experience in her life.
So we were playing in the yard and there's some guys who were driving a white bakkie. It was 2 guys, the driver was drunk.
And I had no time to react, so we had a head-on collision.
I was driving home from work one Friday evening.
Put into a jail cell and released the next day. The courts wanted to sue, obviously.
On the 28th of February 2016, I was on my way to an interview.
The drunk driver went over a red light and in the side of us.
And then suddenly, from the right, I just saw this vehicle flying through the air. I had to look up to it, so that's how high it was.
So as we were leaving the party, there were 5 of us in the car. I wasn't drunk, but I had maybe like 2 or 3 beers because I was playing soccer the next day, so I wanted to wake up fresh.
I was hit off my motorcycle by a drunk driver.
It took a year for my results to come out, and the case was thrown out of court. However, in the interim, I tried to apply for my American visa on 3 different occasions and was denied all 3 times. I'm now flagged at the embassy and recognized as a danger to the American country.
The time was 9:20 in the morning when the accident happened, and broke my spine at the level of T7, so I'm paralyzed from the chest down.
The driver came, hit the car, she flew out the car. They couldn't find her body for a couple of hours. She, however, lost the baby.
After the guy lost control of the car, he hit the stone and the stone hit both my legs. Because of negligence at the hospital, my legs ended up being infected, and then they had to amputate both of them.
Unfortunately, in my father's case, he was the person who was drunk, and thank goodness the only person that got harmed was him and not somebody else, because that would be a lot harder to live with.
The driver was completely drunk. We hit like slabs in the middle of the road. Driver lost control. We hit a tree head on. So I was sitting in the back in the middle. So like as I went on, my shoulders hit the chairs and whiplash. So that caused me to be on a wheelchair, on a C6 quad. And that's been 13 years now.
And my head went to my heels and I broke my back the wrong way around. So when I broke it, some of the shattered of bone went into my organs.
I basically was crushed into the vehicle. I broke my arm into places, my leg into places, my pelvis into places. I broke my jaw, I had brain damage, and I also had a stroke upon impact because of the brain damage.
I don't know how much you know about the alcohol content, but mine was standing at 0.17. In layman's terms, that's roughly more than 3 times over the legal limit.
And I tried to step out and I just fell onto the ground. And not realizing that my whole hip was smashed.
The first time I was in the hospital, they couldn't find out what was wrong with me. They had no idea. And because I was so small, I couldn't tell them, well, I can't feel my toes or I can't feel my legs.
At the time of my arrest, I was engaged to a young man who got a fantastic opportunity in America. Due to the visa being rejected because of the DUI, I was unable to take that opportunity.
It affects your life because it's not only the loss you have to deal with in losing people that you love, it's also, you have to go about life completely differently without them in it.
The other driver got out unharmed because he was driving a bigger car than I was. He was perfectly fine.
Nothing happened to the other driver as far as we know. No blood tests were done, no breathalyzer was done on the person, even though he was emptying beer cans from his car. So that's it.
The drivers of the car were 2 young men. They just left school, 9 months out of school, and they died on the scene. They were killed on the scene.
My memories before the accident are completely gone. The only reason I know that I could walk is because we have photos and videos.
My personal life and my friendships have been affected by my adopted advocacy of not drinking and driving now.
I couldn't walk for 2 years. I was in a wheelchair. I had to learn how to walk again because of the fact that my legs were operated on. My entire right-hand side is basically paralyzed because of the stroke, and the pain is there every single day of my life.
But we don't think of, when I'm having that drink, I don't think of what might happen if I'm in that accident.
The effect on my life, well, you look at it from 2 points. The physical side. The accident damaged my sciatica nerve, so as a result, I've got my left foot, I've got a dropped left foot, and I have very poor feeling. I have actually very little feeling in my foot from my knee downwards. I have a pins and needles sensation continuously. In fact, now it's gone on to the right-hand side.
This has affected my life in so many ways, man. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a good footballer because I was very talented in soccer. But because of the accident, that has changed my whole life. I had to adapt to many situations. I had to restart everything.
It affected my life in quite a severe way. There's a lot of things I can no longer do. But has also changed my outlook on life. You respect the smaller things in life now, whereas before the accident, you never gave it a second thought.
And yeah, it's affected my life, my family's life, my friends' lives, and yeah, it was just a really traumatic event.
I was about 22. I was horse riding, quad bike riding, swimming, all those things. But now I can't do it anymore because as I got older, I got osteoporosis and scoliosis in the worst possible level.
I couldn't walk, I didn't have a wheelchair, I couldn't afford one, I didn't have prosthesis firstly. I struggled in so many ways. My life changed. I matriculated very late in my life because of this. 2 years, I was in a hospital for a year and 6 months. So many things were delayed in my life, which somehow delayed my progress in many ways.
I felt that my life was going through tunnel vision. And I just didn't want to face up to the world. And as I said, I really lost my confidence during that period. But slowly, I was, my family helped me, and slowly I got back onto an even keel. But to this day, I still feel that I haven't got back my full confidence like I had before the accident.
This affected especially my father and mother in so many ways. At home we are 7, so just imagine my mother had to take care of me more when I was young, because everywhere, when I had to go to the hospital, we used to travel by bus. She had to carry me on her back every time from Mpumalanga to Pretoria, almost each and every day.
My family and friends haven't been directly influenced. Obviously at the time that this happened, there was the worry, where's Ian? He was locked up in a jail cell. But that was all sorted out the day after.
It was terrible. I mean, to tell a mother her daughter is fine, and then on Friday tell her but she will never be able to walk again. It's frustrating.
How my friends and family affected by the accident. Basically, when I was in a coma for 3 months after the accident, they were there for me. And they were there for me every day. And my family and friends are still there, but not as much now that I'm back on my feet.
My family, they've been really supportive, but they've had to, things that they want to do, they have to consider me, because my sister just bought a house in London, but she had to make sure that the house is on the ground floor.
My wife really took the brunt of it, because I would tell her, my feelings, how useless I felt, and, losing it, driving in a car, I'd suddenly think, where am I going? Why am I in this car? I don't even know where I'm going. That's how bad it was in some cases.
So, to tell you the truth, I'm not mad at him. I actually feel sorry for him. That he messed up his life so much that someone like me who didn't even know him infected my life so much that I couldn't do anything I want to do anymore. People can be so selfish sometimes that they think only of themselves, but they don't think of what they're doing to other people around them.
My family was affected quite largely in a very traumatic way due to the accident and the nature of the accident. And with everything that goes with being a paraplegic, I mean, everything has to change. Day-to-day life, help, care, all of these things that was never a part of your life.
To all South African drivers, it's never drink when you know that you're gonna drive.
Just make an informed decision before you do that to just not be drunk. It is so simple. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe it was different. In 2016, there are so many options available that you can easily just get at your disposal, use them. You do not need to drink and drive.
My message to South African drivers is to take care, to prevent at all costs drink and driving.
Personally, you have to make a decision to kind of like make that stance to say that yes, I have this much to drink, or yes, I do this, enough is enough.
A lot of people think that driving drunk is a problem and that one drink will be fine. I'm here to tell you it's not. My whole life changed because of literally one glass of wine. It doesn't matter that you can still put your finger on your nose and stand on one leg. If you are over the limit, you will be arrested and it will affect your life.
It's a stupid and a selfish little decision that can tear apart so many lives and have irreparable damage. It's not just the person that you could kill or yourself that you could kill, it's the family, it's the friends, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, friends, colleagues.
My message to South African drivers is just don't drink and drive. That's the one thing. I also say they must learn to be courteous.
Take the chance and say, this is our lives. Have the fight, have the altercation, but knowing that you have the rest of your life and you've made the difference with the friends around you, your peers.
My thing is to say there's other little points that can catch you that you're not aware of. So by all means, use alcohol, have a great time, but be aware that there is risks around you and you need to manage those and the ones that you love's risks.
Our message to South Africa is one drink is more than enough to affect you, affect your judgment. We all take it for granted. We think this is never going to happen to us.
You or your loved one could be next.
Drink responsibly.
And if you are driving,
Do not drink.
Please do not drink.
Don't drink.
Do not drink.
Share my story.
Share my story.
Share my story.
Please join the conversation.
Using the hashtag.
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 And hashtag.
This is my story.
This is my story.
this is my story.
This is my story.